Mr. Will Crawford.
Struggling here, good evening. Sort of reflecting on what I'd like to discuss tonight, and mistakes emerged. There are beautiful mistakes, there are happy mistakes, and there are embarrassing mistakes we share with strangers. And we'll start off with a few of those happy mistakes. You got maybe actually a really nice one. I was a little bit younger with bucket loads of hair, massive beard, and I was backpacking around and I got mistaken for a hobo and accidentally got Meals on Wheels. And when you're 19, backpacking and poor, that's fucking ace. And then you've got those other, we've all been there. You go to the doctor, you've got an incredible case of piles. You go into the surgery, you pull your pants down, you bend over, turn around and see another patient. Probably didn't help that I tried to make a cheeky joke. You're feeling a bit awkward and it's burning. Attend to it. Didn't help. But and then other mistakes, like the time you accidentally let slip to your brother who was adopted at Christmas. Probably shouldn't have filled his Christmas crackers with the poem "Your hair's red, eyes are blue, and Dad doesn't love you." He's actually not adopted, so but so some accidents and mistakes don't end up that well. And so recently I had a bit of a problem. Got a new booking agent, and so I was super excited. I got a gig for Reconciliation Australia. I thought, awesome, diverse, this is really exciting. And so I turned up to the RSL, was actually Reclaim Australia. And I'm not sure if you know, that's the white bigots with goatees party. So I'm like there, and you're kind of like, dude, I'm like this lefty comedian, they're cunts, so what do? You fuck with them. So I got up on stage and I said, it's out of control. You know it, I know it, we're fucking being invaded, man. Boat people coming here in their gangs, gang colours, yellow, black, with gang names like Tigers, fuck off Anglo footy, cunts back to... Didn't last well. Didn't get a call back. The one gig you're happy to tank. But I also had another recent experience, not so dissimilar. So anyway, I was down in Melbourne over Chrissy 3 weeks, and I said to my manager, can you get us a gig? And delivered big time. Northcote Social Club, like, it's a big deal, people. Absolutely delighted. It's like this, music venue, occasionally do comedy, it's great. So on the afternoon of the gig, I call up the number and say I'm ready, just want to check the set layout, and it's the Northcote Senior Citizens Club. So imagine, what does a manager do here? You book a gig at a place. There's pretty fundamental problem here. I was fuming, so I call my manager, I say, Mum, I'm outraged. So I've got a Melbourne mother booking agent. But I said, how can I do this? I kind of do semi, X-rated sexy material, and these are old people, Mum. And she said, don't be so discriminatory. Old people love cock. I should parenthetically add, my mother went to art school in the 60s and is a crazy hippie, and when she speaks in public, I'm very afraid. Very. And so she then goes on and said, since, the introduction of, Prozac, Viagra, and mood stablers, old people home are reverse schoolies. And I've gone, how do you know that? You don't want to ask that question of your mother either. There are certain boundaries, and after I'd cleansed my soul, I just thought, okay, I've got a gig at an old people's home. How hard can it be? So, I said, I'll go down there, I'll do it. So I went down and sort of, you know, they were just finishing their game of amputee hokey pokey and putting your prosthesis in, shaking, you know. But they all gathered, not dissimilar to here. It was like a mini stage in the rec hall. And so I thought I'd start off with a little bit of interaction, so, you know, to see what's happening with the old people. So saw this lovely, you know, older, beautiful, you know, lady, and I said, oh, what's your name? Edna. So how old are you? Like 92. You don't look a day over 91. So it was all starting pretty well, so I was happy. And then I'm sort of halfway through my first bit, which was about, you know, the sniffer dog going on the methadone program. And I get this hand up from Edna. I said, yeah, Edna, what's happening? How's it going? She said, yeah. When's the comedy starting, Will? That. When they turn off your life support on Thursday. Fucking octogenarians or whatever the next one is. Fuck them. Seriously, you don't give them an inch, man. Don't give them an inch. So, and then I launch into my next piece, which is this really tender piece full of pathos. It's about the time I went on that first date and I got a torsion of the testy while doing an imaginary pole dance. And then I get another hand up. And she said, Will! You don't have to hand up to heckle. What is it? She said, Will, there are two things I don't believe. You've got a date and you've got balls! Hammered. But you just crossed the line, cunt. So I am now in a heckle war with a 92-year-old frail lady named Edna. I'm not backing down. So I then launch into this barnstorming finale, which is the time I went on this awesome date with this girl I super liked for ages, and she brought her fiance Frank, the Croatian mechanic. You know, hand up, Will! Yes. I know what happens. What happens, Edna? She doesn't like you and you suck the Croatian! Dude! Cross the big line! I don't come to your work and tell you which end of the dildo to insert! 2